I'm going to share with you right now one of the most important things that I'm doing in order to change the way I'm thinking, to change my relationship towards myself, to make me feel more successful and in turn have more successes in my life. Now, it actually is slightly embarrassing. The name of this exercise is the Self Acknowledgement Exercise. And I first learned it when I listened to some of Jack Canfield's tapes back 4 years ago. It was, it sounded nice, it sounded interesting, it sounded a bit odd, and I had never done that. So I just figured I'm not going to do it. It wasn't until I attended a workshop, and I was forced in the workshop, because that was one of the mandatory principles in that workshop to do every night before I went to bed, that I started to actually do it. So I took it from some conceptual concept and actually applied it in my life. Now I've been doing it for a year, and it's been amazing for me. Amazing for me. Amazing for me. I cannot express to you. I'm doing it every night. Every night. Nights when I don't do it, when I'm like sleeping or sleeping in some flights or whatever, I'm feeling like my anchor is gone. In some way, whatever it is that I'm doing that really supports me, that really makes me feel better about myself, when it's gone, I feel like I'm kind of losing my compass. Self-acknowledgement exercise. The way it goes is as such. Every evening, I go and I stand in front of the mirror. And I close the door, and I tell myself the following: Jonathan, I want to acknowledge you for today. You woke up when you said you'll wake up. You woke up at 6, and you've done your 20 minutes of meditation, and you've done your 20 minutes of reading, and you've done your 20 minutes of exercise. I really appreciate you taking the time to actually do this. That's something really important. And then you went on and you drove, and when you were driving your bicycle, you actually had the affirmations in your brain rather than thinking about all the things you had to do, and that was really good. And when you arrived to the gallery, you opened it and you put some nice music. That was something that I really appreciate about you, the fact that you kind of set the good tone in the gallery. And then you spoke with your accountability partner, and the conversation was short and concise. You really kept it for 5 minutes. I really appreciate that. And then I go throughout the day, and I go over the things that I've done, and I really analyze what I've done in a very positive way, as if I'm talking to a child. As if I'm talking to a child and really tell them, you're really good child. At the end of the exercise, once I've gone through the day, this exercise takes me about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. At the end of the exercise, I want to tell myself the following: so you really had a successful day, and I'm really impressed with everything that you've done today. I'm really impressed with you as a person. And Jonathan, I love you. And then I stand there. Now, this exercise was so odd for me. I cannot explain to you how much. You're probably sensing, but it was really odd. I was kind of hiding from the mirror, What's going on? Have I gone completely lunatic? All this, workshop, new age stuff is penetrating way too much. But it was really important for me, because after about a month or a month and a half of doing it, I actually started to feel something when I would say that. So I would look in the mirror and I would say, Jonathan, I love you. And then I would all of a sudden feel like a gush of love and appreciation, like, oh my God, like this guy in the mirror really loves me. And that would make me feel really good about myself. This exercise is often called the mirror exercise because you do it in front of the mirror. And I really want for you to try and do it. I actually want for you to do it without trying. And it's quite simple. Let me go over with you in the next video of how to do it and what's the important things that you don't want to miss upon when you do it in order to really get the juice out of it. The bottom line is that this really helped me with my confidence. It helped me feeling better about myself, which is ultimately what we want, to be happier. And whatever it is that the goal that we are trying to achieve, it's usually not the goal, it's the feeling that we are trying to achieve. So it made me feel much happier and much better about myself. And I highly recommend this exercise. So follow me to the next link in which I'll explain to you exactly how to do it.